People don't sabotage themselves because they're lazy. They sabotage themselves because something inside them is scared. Scared of change. Scared of pressure. Scared of responsibility. Scared of disappointment. Scared of becoming someone they don't recognize. Self-sabotage is not a flaw. It's a survival mechanism. And until you understand the psychology behind it, you'll keep ruining opportunities that were meant for you. Today we uncover the truth. Self-sabotage shows up quietly. Procrastination, overspending, quitting too early, choosing comfort over growth, distractions, inconsistency, emotional shutdown, fear disguised as logic. Most people don't even realize they are sabotaging themselves. They think it's personality. They think it's lack of discipline. They think it's laziness. But the real reason runs deeper. Most people think they fear failure. But the truth is far more complicated. People fear success even more because success requires transformation. It requires letting go of who you were. It requires new habits, new expectations, new standards, and the old identity inside you, the version shaped by childhood, shaped by survival, shaped by fear, shaped by unpredictability, shaped by environment, that identity fights back. Your mind begins to whisper, what if I can't maintain it? What if I disappoint everyone? What if people expect more from me? What if I lose myself? What if success isolates me? What if the pressure is too much? What if I'm not ready? To the outside world, it looks like inefficiency or low discipline. But on the inside, it is a psychological war. Success requires stability, and not everyone grew up in stable environments. Success requires confidence, and not everyone was raised with encouragement. Success requires self-belief, and not everyone learned to trust themselves. This is why a lot of people don't sabotage themselves when things are bad. They sabotage when things start going well, because good feels unfamiliar. Peaceful feels suspicious. Success feels dangerous. And the nervous system pulls you back to the emotional state it understands. Every person carries an internal story about who they are. This story is built quietly, through childhood experiences, repeated patterns, mistakes, criticism, and emotional memories. If your internal identity sees you as the one who always struggles, the one who never follows through, the one who ruins opportunities, the one who isn't good enough, the one who is chaotic, the one who is unstable, the one who gets in the way, the one who fails, then your actions will match that identity. Not because you want to fail, but because your brain is trying to be consistent with who you believe you are. People underestimate the power of identity. You can only rise to the level of the story you believe about yourself. And the tragic part? Most people's identities were built from pain, not possibility. So when success shows up, the mind rejects it because it doesn't fit the internal narrative. The work is not just improving habits. The real work is rewriting the story you've been repeating for years. Look at your childhood. Did you grow up in chaos? Did adults break promises? Were you criticized instead of supported? Were your efforts ignored? Were you punished for mistakes? Did love feel inconsistent? Was success dismissed or mocked? Did people expect too much or nothing at all? Children raised in unpredictability develop one core belief: nothing I do matters. This belief becomes adulthood sabotage. If effort wasn't rewarded, you stop trying. If success brought punishment, you fear accomplishment. If love was conditional, you fear losing people if you improve. If stability never existed, success feels unsafe. If comfort never lasted, progress feels temporary. Your childhood programmed your nervous system. Your adult brain is still responding to a world you no longer live in. Self-sabotage is the brain protecting you, using outdated survival rules. Self-sabotage is not always fear. Sometimes it's exhaustion. You cannot demand discipline from a nervous system that is drowning. Stress kills motivation. Anxiety kills clarity. Overthinking kills momentum. Loneliness kills self-worth. Burnout kills ambition. People try to force progress when the mind is already operating at maximum emotional capacity. Your brain blocks growth, not because you're incapable, but because you are overwhelmed. You can't build a new chapter while your mind is still fighting old battles. The real solution isn't forcing yourself. It's creating emotional capacity. Rest is not laziness. It's repair. It's rebuilding psychological strength. It's resetting cognitive function. It's preparing the mind for growth. You don't just need discipline. You need space inside yourself, where change can finally land. Avoidance looks like laziness. It looks like procrastination. It looks like inconsistency. But avoidance is what the brain does when something feels emotionally dangerous. You avoid goals, responsibilities, opportunities, conversations, improvement, vulnerability, your own potential, because facing them would force you to confront uncomfortable emotions, fear, shame, inadequacy, insecurity, pressure. So the brain protects you by keeping you distracted. Scrolling is protection. Overthinking is protection. Self-criticism is protection. Procrastination is protection. Overplanning is protection. Even perfectionism is protection. Avoidance is not weakness. It's a shield, but a shield that ends up hurting you long term. Comfort feels good, but comfort is not always your friend. People get addicted to emotional numbness, predictable days, low-pressure routines, instant pleasure, entertainment, distraction, small dopamine hits, easy choices. The brain loves patterns it doesn't have to think about. But comfort has a dark side. It keeps you small. Every dream requires discomfort. Every goal requires sacrifice. Every change requires friction. And if your brain is trained to avoid discomfort, you will sabotage anything that demands effort. Self-sabotage is often just the nervous system choosing comfort over growth. Ending self-sabotage is not about punishing yourself. It's about understanding yourself. Here's how you break the cycle. 1. Recognize that fear disguises itself as logic. The excuses are not real. The fear behind them is. 2. Make progress unbelievably small. Your brain accepts micro-change. 3. Rebuild identity through action. Identity changes only when behavior changes first. 4. Build self-trust with consistency, not intensity. Daily small habits are stronger than big, inconsistent efforts. 5. Heal your emotional wounds. You're not fighting habits, you're fighting unprocessed pain. 6. Create structure that removes thinking. Systems beat willpower every time. 7. Expect discomfort and move anyway. Discomfort is not a threat, it's a sign of evolution. Self-sabotage ends the moment you stop fighting the symptom and start healing the root. Somewhere inside you, there is a version of yourself you haven't met yet. A version untouched by fear, unlimited by the past, unrestricted by old identities. A version that doesn't sabotage opportunities, that doesn't hide from challenges, that doesn't run from success. A version that is patient, present, disciplined, emotionally grounded, and capable of more than you ever imagined. You don't have to transform overnight. You only need to choose differently today than you did yesterday. One small act of courage, one step toward growth, one moment of clarity, one refusal to give in to fear. Change is not dramatic. Change is quiet. It happens in the daily decisions you think don't matter. But they do. Your future will not be shaped by your fear, but by your willingness to stop surrendering to it. This is Mind and Money, where psychology becomes your power, and your power becomes your future.